That's right. Did you read the title? Did you read the title? I was an actor first. This is for the newbies that don't know. This is the video that's going to clarify a lot of things for you. So, I was an actor first. I was an actor first. I was an actor first before I was a YouTuber. As a matter of fact, I was trained to do voiceovers before I was trained to act. I learned under the great Chuck McKibben, who worked with Mel Blanc. You know, Mel Blanc, the voice of Bugs Bunny and many other Warner Brothers characters. Yes, him. He worked with him in Warner Brothers and in production and, making those cartoons. He was the sound editor, I believe. Okay? So I was trained by Chuck McKibben first to do voiceovers because I always got compliments on my voice and people always said that I should do voiceovers. As a matter of fact, there was a woman named Kate Rados that I waited on while I used to work in Cracker Barrel waiting tables. She came in and she loved my voice so much she wanted me to audition for Celebrity Deathmatch for Shaquille O'Neal. She worked for MTV Animation, okay? So she gave me my first audition. I overshot by a lot. I was very, very, very nervous and did not know what the fuck to do in that booth. I remember that. But she was the first person to really put some pep in my step, to give me a kick in the ass and yo, maybe I got something here. She was like, I think you're really talented. I think you got something here. I think you need to take some lessons and get back to me. I never did. It was when I was young and dumb. I was around 22 years old. And then, a few years later, I decided, let's do something with his voice. And that's when I ran into Chuck McKibben. I found him online, and I took several months of lessons from him. And he taught me a lot. And I remember him sitting me down and he said, me and my wife were talking, and out of all my students right now, we really see you doing something. You going somewhere with this. And I always remembered that. Then years later, I decided, let's try my hand back at modeling. I was in great shape. I was ready to take a shot at it again because I dropped out of modeling because my mom was sick and stuff, and I was like, maybe I'll get back to it. And I had lost my love for doing voiceovers. I had just gotten sidetracked with life, Y'all know how things are sometimes. And I sought out an agent, and the agent told me, after seeing me, we need you to learn to act. I think you have a great look, but we think you need to learn to act because when our models get speaking parts in commercials, they get paid more, which means we get paid more. Get it? And I was like, okay. So after about 6 or 7 acting lessons, about an hour a piece every Saturday, she asked me, my agent asked me to do my monologue for her. So Plaza 7 talent, Linda Wish, asked me to do a monologue for her, and I saw her grinning very pleasantly. She was looking at her grandchild do something, and she was so proud. And I was like, okay, done. And she was like, so she took a day or two. She was like, you did good and this and that. And she says to me, I want you to represent us at this competition, IMTA. And she showed me a video for it, and along with a few others. Eva Longoria was there and competed. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. Used to do Punk'd. Married Demi Moore. Ashton Kutcher was there and competed. Katie Holmes was there and competed. Jessica Biel was there and competed. So all these big names were actually at this show and competed. I was like, okay, well, as far as credibility goes, you got my attention, IMTA. And she told me she wanted me to compete, and she said that I think that your acting is good enough to win. And I was like, now at that point I was like, I had only had like 6 lessons. And, I believe in myself, but I was like, I didn't think I was that good. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to my girl about it afterwards, and she said to me, like, babe, I think you can do it. I got your back. Anything you need, you can do this. So, with my girlfriend's support, I went and competed. And before I went, I wrote on my business card, Tyrone Magnus, winner of IMTA Actor of the Year award, and I signed it as an oath to myself. And I took that with me, and I carried that with me everywhere I went. Every contest I competed in, I brought it with me. And would you fucking believe I actually did win? I beat out all those other male actors to win Actor of the Year. It was surreal. And I remember I was in this one competition, and this woman behind the camera was like, he's got the voice of God. I was like, oh my goodness. Wow, thank you. I met one of the acting professors there that actually taught us in some workshops. He met me, and all of a sudden, the person that was there with us, that was she was our guide for the contest, because there were hundreds of us there, thousands even actually, a lot of people were there. She said, he wants you to speak with him on stage. It was something about my energy. It was something about me. I came up there, spoke. He asked me questions, and I was just like, wow, this is going well. People are loving my voice. Professors are loving me. I'm competing, and all of a sudden, I'm winning. I'm starting to win all these categories over and over. It was only 2 categories in the acting I didn't win, but I still got first or second place or honorable mention. Then it comes down to the big night. We're all wearing our best. All the awards for the absolute best are being handed out. And I couldn't believe it. It was 15 of us on stage, and they're counting down and dismissing different dudes. And the group is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and down to 3 guys. And one of the guys was a guy that I was very familiar with. Me and him talked a lot, and he got 3rd. And then this one dude, he was dressed like James Bond's in the James Bond cocktail, with the white jacket and the boat. I knew how good he was, and I said, if anybody's gonna beat me, it's gonna be him. It's gonna be him, and I knew it. As the thing was getting smaller, and they gave him 2nd. I was like, oh my God. I couldn't believe it. So right there is what gave me the fire to absolutely pursue my acting career. The fact that I won that competition, all these other A-list actors had been at, I was like, I got it. I've got the talent to do this. I've just got to pursue it and keep going. But being an adult that supports himself, he only has one job and not much time in his life, I didn't have the time to go on all these different auditions. So, the fact that I wasn't a kid with well-to-do parents to take me around to these things, I had heard of a platform called YouTube, where you could display your talent And you can make a career out of it, but also it would pay you and give you the time to pursue your dreams. So I started. March 2012. I did an impression of The Rock. Just wanted to see if people liked my impression talents. And they loved them. So I decided to turn it into a wrestling talk show while sprinkling little stories that, I'd been through in my life. So I was telling stories, but also doing wrestling. And then one day someone wrote me and they said to me, "Hey, can you watch this video and so I can just see what you think?" I watched it and it ended up being the most views I'd ever gotten on any video. So at that point in my life, doing reactions were born. And one Sunday morning, I woke up to 1,000 text messages from fans saying the new Force Awakens trailer is out. And I did a reaction to it. It blew up. It was on the news. It was on the news in the UK. It was on television in the UK. It was all over the place. And I was growing by leaps and bounds. 3,000 or more a day I was growing by. And the fame of reactions was exploding at that time. That's what people wanted from me. First rule of business, give the people what they want. But I also wanted to give people many other things. So I had been already answering questions and telling stories and doing vlogs and doing unboxings. But reactions were the crowning jewel that people wanted from me. But at the same time, I still never forgot my main goal. And that was to get popular enough, get a big following enough to have that financial backing and have that time to pursue my acting career. Acting was always first. That's always what I was, an actor. So for those of you that are surprised that I can act, really shouldn't be a surprise, because that's what I've always done. Okay? So, thank you all for listening to my story as I pursue this journey of acting. Make sure you are watching all of the London episodes, as episode 1 has been released yesterday. It is on my channel for you to view, and the vast majority of everyone in the comments loves this series. I think we got something special here. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all thought. If you enjoyed my video, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. If you did not, you could kiss my black acting derriere. 10 million subscribers.